Yeah, this time I definitely have no idea what to make a video on. No. Oh well, yes, I'll just have to watch some YouTube. What's up, my guy? Why don't you make one of those videos on one of those story channels? You know those story channels? What? No, why would I make videos on story channels? Like, I'm a Spider-Man YouTuber. I'm not making videos on story channels. Why would I want to do that? It's just people reading stories. That's stupid. Not those kind of stories, idiot. I'm talking about those ones where people wonder whether or not they're real or fake. You should definitely make videos on them, because they're very, very weird. Not like reading a book like The Ugly Duckling. Who would want to make a video on that? Like the story ones, the cartoon, animated, real life stories. Why don't you make videos on them? Yeah? You know what? Fine. 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 I will make a video on story channels. There. You happy? No, I'm not happy actually. My girlfriend broke up. Oh. I don't care. Let's go into the video. There are some very weird videos on YouTube. You can get good ones, bad ones, creepy ones, and of course, very disturbing ones. Now, back in 2018, like late 2018 to early 2019, there was sort of a trend going on YouTube, and it was the story channel trend. I'm not joking, there were thousands of these. These were made to be real stories on real life things, and, well, it got a lot of people talking. There's a lot of them, and I'm not going to go through all of them, because there's too many to go through. The only one I believe is one called Story Booth, which has been proven real, but every other one is just weird as hell. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few stories, and we're going to try and figure out if they're real or fake. So we're going to start with the first one, which is from the channel Share My Story. Let's get on with it.
My dad's a total jerk, and not even good looking. So how come he was able to marry Lexi, a stunning model who's been on the cover of Vogue and dated several famous football players? Well, we live in South America, and my dad made lots of money taking backhanders. Yeah, he was a corrupt politician who was giving government contracts to whoever paid the biggest bribe. That's why we lived in an enormous mansion, even though his government salary was less than $50,000 per year. How do I know all this? Well, my dad told me. He even tried to recruit me. He said I'd make lots of money. But I refused and told him that millions of people were living in poverty because of corrupt politicians like him. Of course, he got angry and yelled at me to be grateful for everything he'd bought for me. I didn't care, though, and the real victim was Lexi anyway. After she got married to my dad, he treated her horribly. He'd make her dress in revealing maid costumes and ordered her to cook for him or clean the living room while he watched. He seemed to get a kick out of having power over her. Okay, maybe you think Lexi deserved it. I mean, she only married Dad for his money. But she always seemed so sad.
Oh my god, this story is already very, very weird. Oh god.
I mean, she only married Dad for his money. But she always seemed so sad. One day, I found Lexi crying. I asked what was wrong, and she told me my dad had screamed at her for hours and said he'd kick her out if she annoyed him again. I said I was sorry for how my dad was treating her, but suddenly she pushed me back, straddled me, and started kissing me all over.
What? That's... Oh, that's disgusting. Ew.
Whispered, "Show me how a real man treats a woman."
Okay, that is just absolutely disgusting. Okay, we all know what's gonna happen. The dad's probably gonna figure out something when this kid is born. And he's probably gonna do something very dangerous to these guys. Uh-oh, I feel it.
My dad became even more of an ass. He told Lexi she was fat and threatened to give Haley away if she continued screaming, even though she was just a baby. Lexi and I thought about running away, but we didn't have the money, and my dad would have found us anyway. The only way we'd be free was if my dad died or went to jail. So, I came up with a plan.
Oh god, this video is weird. Alright, so then the rest of the story isn't really worth mentioning. All that really happens is the guy tells the dad about the baby, and then him and the girl move, and yeah, the son is happy for a bit, but then the girlfriend gets really annoyed because she realizes how the son isn't as rich as the guy that she married before. The dude keeps coming back to his dad for money, and his dad says something about karma, and then, well, karma happens. The dude and the girl keep fighting. The girl ends up breaking up with the guy, and goes back to the old dad guy. But then, randomly, this is literally the most random thing, the dude gets shot, and then the guy gets his daughter back and gets all of his dad's money, and then the girl, well, she's left with nothing. So I decided to do some research and see what I could find. So this girl dated several football players, right? Her name was Lexi. She was on Vogue. But I couldn't find anything about Alexi who'd been dating football players. I found Alexi on Vogue, but she'd only dated one person. So that part must be fake, right? And then of course we can't forget the dad getting shot, right? But I couldn't find anything about a South American politician being assassinated, so I could say that this story is fake. Well, I think it's fake, I don't know. Warning, the next video will contain very graphic content, so viewer discussion is definitely advised.
I'm Chris, and I've always been very close with my mom. I guess it's because my dad left us when I was a baby. Ever since, our favorite activity was her breastfeeding me. But on my 10th birthday, she asked me if I wanted to stop doing it. I was shocked and started crying because I loved drinking my mom's milk. It tastes much better than cow milk, because even though it starts off a bit watery, after a few seconds it gets really creamy. Yum!
Hold the fuck up. Did this kid just say he liked getting breastfed by his mom when he's 16? And even said how it tasted? Oh, that's disgusting. This kid is weird as fuck.
I would never stop drinking her milk, and to this day, every morning and every evening, my mom comes into my room to breastfeed me. I guess the only weird thing is that I'm 16. I actually didn't know it was strange to be breastfed.
Buddy, there's a lot more than that. It's not just weird that you're 16, it's weird that you even like it when you're 16. Ugh, disgusting.
Homeschooled me until 8th grade. After that, I went to a public school, and when I asked one of my classmates if he'd rather drink milk from a cow or from his mom, he started laughing because he thought I was making a joke. But I don't think it's something to laugh about. I mean, what's wrong about being breastfed as a teenager? It tastes amazing. There are lots of health benefits.
What's wrong being breastfed as a teenager? Seriously? That's just, nah, that's just weird. Okay, that, he needs help. That's just weird.
It tastes amazing. There are lots of health benefits, and I have a really close relationship with my mom because of it. The only thing I wish is that my mom was less overprotective and less involved in my life. I often feel like I'm living in a bubble. Like, she won't let me play soccer with my classmates because she is worried about me being injured. And when I meet up with friends at a mall, she wears a wig and follows us wherever we go to make sure I'm safe. It's super annoying, but most of the time, she doesn't allow me to go outside at all. She says it's for my own safety, but I think she's just jealous when I'm hanging out with my friends because she doesn't have any friends herself. And if I should ever get a girlfriend, my mom would probably go crazy and try to destroy our relationship, because I don't think she could handle sharing her son with another woman. But isn't it a normal part of life to become independent of your parents? To move out and start your own life and your own family? Well, I know it will break my mom's heart, but as soon as I go to college, I will move out of her place. I haven't told her yet, but I already made the decision. Her style of parenting already made me become the weird kid in school. Because whenever something happens that I don't like, I just start crying or screaming. I know it's immature, but I can't help it. My emotions just take over. Like one time a classmate of mine took a potato from my plate and ate it. He knew I would get upset about it, but he probably didn't expect what I did next. I got so mad that I threw the rest of my plate into his face, and then I started screaming as loud as I could in the middle of our cafeteria. It took me a few seconds to realize that I had embarrassed myself.
Okay, the next one, a lot of the video isn't worth mentioning now, but let's just talk about it. So basically, this kid gets bullied, and he tells his mum, who's very controlling over him. So he decides to play a prank on her, saying that he wants to join the army and he's older, and she has a panic attack, pretty much, and crying and telling him not to go, and he gets mad, and then she decides to distract him and make him forget by playing hide and seek with him. But this isn't ordinary hide and seek. She literally lets him breastfeed her if he finds her, and he shouts milk. Oh, God's sake, man. Now, I can't really tell if this is real or not. I did search for it, but all I found was 13-year-old kids who wanted to be breastfed, but their mum let them. Now, this could be because they're just an average family, so maybe they're just not popular to have a show. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it is real. In all honesty, I think it's fake. But who knows? This could definitely be real. Who knows? Like, I don't know personally, so it could be. In the end, we can't really tell if these stories are fake or real. In all honesty, I believe that they're fake, but they could be real. I don't know. I wish I had an answer, and hopefully in the future we will. That's the most frustrating thing about this, is that we can't tell if they're fake or not. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.